have the current stock market update for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Before we begin, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts in the comments below so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So here we have the 15-minute price chart, and the reason that we are looking at this time frame is so that we can really drill into the recent price movements that have developed to the downside. Essentially, what we're seeing here is a major price crash after the share price itself broke through this ascending trend line that we have been watching for quite some time now. As we can see here, the prior price failure did come in right at the exponential moving average cluster that we were watching. And the suggestion here was that in order for prices to continue to move higher, we would need to see a break above this level. But of course, this did not occur. As we can see here, this is exactly where prices have failed. And as a result, this longer-term upward sloping trend line here has now been broken. So this is a very significant price crash here for this stock, and it really does put the stock back in focus in terms of its longer-term lows coming in at $3.63. Of course, a lot of this has to do with the current uncertainty that's being directed at the stock market as a whole. And then specifically within the technology space, given the fact that NVIDIA will be reporting earnings after the bell today. After the market closes today, this is a very significant event risk because NVIDIA will be reporting its second quarter earnings. The expectations for that earnings release are quite high. And if the company does miss in any of its important metrics, the expectation here is that the entire stock market could be trading much lower. So what we're seeing here currently is a repositioning for that event risk. We're seeing many major stocks here start to collapse completely. I do recommend people take a look at, for example, the video that I just posted on Super Microcomputer. That's a stock that is completely collapsing at the moment. Palantir is trading much lower. GameStop and AMC have seen significant selling pressure. Overall, we're seeing a lot of market positioning here in anticipation of this NVIDIA earnings release. So I know that it seems like it might be a bit unrelated, but it really is not, because the entire market is going to be affected by this quarterly earnings report, and then companies within the technology sector are going to be even more directly impacted. If a rising tide lifts all boats, the reverse is true when that tide is being lowered. If the market is falling broadly, there's a lot of selling pressure in the market, and there are a lot of people that are reluctant to hold on to their positions through those types of event risks. So this is currently what we're watching here. And now the main level of resistance that we're seeing to the top side comes in right at this price level that we were watching previously, which was the top of this exponential moving average cluster. As I said in previous videos, the only way that we were going to be able to break to the top side would be if we saw a convincing price break here. That would allow us to then break through this descending trend line and the exponential moving average itself. And this is the only type of event that would be able to generate the upside momentum that would allow share prices to move higher. However, this break, as we can see, did not come to fruition, and now we're dealing with this major event risk in the market that's sending many share prices lower for many different stocks. So as things currently stand, we have to sort of assess the damage and look at what exactly has gone on here. So as we can see, there was a burgeoning uptrend here that was starting to develop, but as we can see in the relative strength index reading, that's the purple line at the bottom of the price chart here. Here we can see that this trend has now completed. It's run its course and it has been broken to the downside. So all of this is coming into combination in exactly the same area. This moving average break did not occur, and then as this happened, share prices plummeted, sending NIO shares into oversold territory. So the best thing that we can currently see at the moment is the fact that share prices are starting to roll out of this area. We are seeing share prices start to move higher and start to break back above the exponential moving average. So here what we're looking at is this purple line here, which is the relative strength index, and then the yellow line here, which is the exponential moving average of the relative strength index. So what we're starting to see here is a potential break to the top side, which is probably going to come as a surprise given the fact that share prices have just completely crashed through the floor at this point. there is, at some point, share prices do have to start to find a bottom, and they become oversold, and they deviate too far away from their exponential moving averages. So the most positive thing that we could say at this point would be that this has started to occur. However, we have to remain aware of the fact that NVIDIA has not yet reported earnings. So we still don't know what is going to occur there. The expectations for that report are very high. If NVIDIA misses, we could start to see the entire stock market decline. However, a positive reading in that earnings report could also lead to significant reversal. So, what we're essentially dealing with at this point is a market of heightened uncertainty and a potential for a dramatic price move in both directions. Currently, as things stand, we've seen a lot of the selling pressure already occur to the downside with NIO stock. So what this does suggest here is that even if we do see a negative number from NVIDIA, we could start to see, we could see a bit of a limited reaction here, given the fact that a lot of this selling pressure has already occurred. And the real question going forward will be whether or not we break through support levels coming in at $3.63. So if that does happen, that would strengthen the support zone at 363. However, a break below there would also be a very critical level, a critical event, because an important price level to the downside would then have been broken. As you remember, the prior price low for this stock came in at $3.61. This is why this 363 level is so important. What we're really looking for here is whether or not share prices are finding a long-term bottom. But if we break below this double bottom structure that is occurring right around the $3.60 mark, that would suggest that the longer-term downtrend is still in place and that share prices will be able to continue moving lower. On a near-term basis, I would expect there to be some respite for this stock, given the fact that we're heading into deeply oversold territory at this point. The relative strength index did move all the way to the 11 mark, which is essentially extreme levels. Anything below 70 would be considered oversold. Anything below 90 would be considered extremely oversold. Sorry, I gave you the wrong numbers there. Anything below 30 would be oversold. And anything below 10 would be extremely oversold. And as we can see here, share prices did force the relative strength index into a reading of 11.4. So we're essentially right into that extreme area, which is not generally sustainable. For the most part, you do start to see share prices roll over out of that point. So even though this is negative news here, there is still scope for some upside price movements, and we will need to pay very close attention to the earnings report that is being released by NVIDIA after the session closes today. So here's the current market update for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.